So it depends on the prayer, honestly.
You missed that one. Try another.
Come on, pillars. Oh, it's always orbs, dude. Okay, pretty good damage so far. I need to hit big here. Please hit bigger than that. The splash escape, dude. Oh, let's go! That's a good time. Come on, sub 130. So 127.6. Went for a Venge as well. HP was good. Let's go, chat. That's a good one. That's YouTube Irby. Okay. How good, chat? 127.6. You were here, chat? That was sick. I went for the recoil plus Venge at the end because I did Venge at the start because I forgot to Venge. That's fine. How good? Okay, I'm happy with that. 127.6. That's sick. You were here, chat. You were here. Look, all my gratses. Might as well. But, chat, what if we go for a sub 120? Oh, imagine. Oh my goodness. Hey everyone, Mulgo Kirby here with another world record. We got the 127.6 Whisper world record, a sub 130 dream. We actually beat the old record like 3 times before getting this time. The old one was like, I think a 133.6 by Saxapillar, if I'm remembering the time correctly. But yeah, we're gonna go over the strats we did and how we improved over the previous world record to get. The main thing being is that we had a more optimized strat for the P3 special skip to make that, because basically we actually skipped the 3rd special in the world record, which I think a lot of people don't even realize you can do, but it is possible, but it requires a lot of damage, and we just made it a lot more likely with some optimizations. But anyways, here we go. Okay, first things first, you'll notice we have 95% special attack at the start of a fight. This is called Godbooking, where you purposely start with 5% less than full, so you can start for a regeneration cycle before the fight begins. This way we actually regenerate special attack energy much earlier. You can see here, I pretty much regenerate right after my first special. So I'm basically saving 15 seconds of special attack regeneration. So I basically get 5% energy for free. This is very useful for speedruns where you know you're going to end the fight with 5% not enough to do like your Woodworker spec or whatever you have. So next thing to note, at the very beginning, we'll do a Natty Ruby, which is a 1 in 15 chance, regardless of the opponent's defense, and then a Shadow into a ZCB special attack, with the ZCB special having 43% accuracy. So I basically have to reset for about 10 minutes just to get one attempt going of his boss. And very important thing to note here, so we Venge as early as possible to get our Venge cooldown going very quickly, but also we actually run in and stay here for an extra tick to get a couple ticks to get the shadow hit off, and the boss doesn't actually melee me. If I stay for any longer it would, but I stay for just long enough, and this puts it on a really good cycle where I basically delayed the boss's attack cycle by staying in melee range for that long, where I just barely get that last shadow hit off there. You can see here, right here, I get this last shadow hit off right before it starts to fade. So I attack, and the next tick starts to fade. If I attacked when it faded, I would get reduced damage. So this puts it on like the perfect cycle to maximize damage at the start, with just from staying in melee distance for an extra couple ticks during that Venge. Which is kind of interesting that actually stalls the boss's attacks, even though it's not meleeing me a second time. It's very weird. But yeah, that's actually very helpful, that extra damage. Then here, we're hoping for Pillar Phase, because Pillar Phase means we get the Ghost special after Pillars, and Ghost does 75 damage, which is very good for the skip. For skipping the last special, but because we got orbs first, that means that we're actually skipping the Ghost special at the end. so we don't get that 75 damage, unfortunately. But as long as we hit big, then it's fine. So as you can see here, there's a lot of micro here. Like I'm trying to drink a lot of Godbooking rest while doing this. I'm also managing the HP. Whisper, I want the Whisper to not go below 495 HP during this part, because if it does, it will go straight into a next special. If it goes straight into the next special, I get less hits off before next special begins, and that means I have less damage for getting the skip. So it's very important I do not go below 495 here. It's still possible to get the skip if I go below 495, but only if I go below it like super early, so I can get the boss very low during the rest of this damage reduction orb phase. But obviously here it'd be very bad to get below 495 because it's almost the end of a special and it's, you know, would be just barely under. Here, you want to wait 2 ticks after the last orb before attacking, which guarantees you'll get full damage. Sometimes 1 tick after works, but it just seems random, whether it's 1 or 2 ticks, so better play it safe. 3 big shadow hits here, you know, and I should have actually venged here, but I forgot because the boss. So after a first special, the boss will usually do an entangle, then walk up to you, but it doesn't do it sometimes, even if you avoid going below the HP threshold. It seems to just be random. So yeah, I forgot to venge because that threw me off. And funny enough, so we prefer the entangle walk up because we get more hits off, but by not getting it and hitting big, we actually save more time. It just requires more RNG. So worked out well in this case because I hit big. So now here, I'm just DPSing pillar phase. I would want to avoid going below 270 because then it will not do the entangle walk up, and which would mean the skip would be impossible because I need it for the skip at this point. We can't just hit big to get around it. Here I remember to venge finally. Took a while. And I'm just constantly healing. Once again, constantly healing during this. After I clap, I click to attack. This is perfect timing. Here I get 3 shadow hits off, plus a Void Waker, Suffering, and double venge. This is the part that makes my method have a much higher odds of a skip, so that we can essentially, you know, improve a record. And because before figuring all this out, the skip was so rare, but I would just like never see it. But this extra damage here is essentially an extra 100 plus damage on average. Because yeah, if you did a shadow hit here, it wouldn't land in time. It wouldn't count towards the skip. And the venge on average, the double venge will do on average like 50 damage plus the suffering. Here I only venge once because I venged late, unfortunately, earlier. But it actually doesn't make a difference because, you know, the second venge would have done about 25 damage. I hit a 56 to kill, so the 25 venge would have done nothing. And here at SBS, when I do the last hit here, which it puts me into a stall. Reason for this, well, obviously we're gonna have thralls for Enrage, which is nice, but also, so normally when the boss dies and revives, it loses the attack option, so you can't attack it. But by stalling, your character doesn't realize the Whisper died, so it keeps trying to attack and attacks it. So some extra damage there. And here, focus on the Brawl, 2 big hits. I go for a Venge, because I realize the boss is not gonna die from that, it's gonna live on just a little bit. Venge kills, and we got... I could have flicked the Suffering for overkill there potentially, but I clicked the wrong ring, because I used to have a Suffering down here. So my muscle memory kind of screwed me over there. But yeah, that is the run. I might try to improve it, but it's honestly, I spent like 50 hours in this, so probably won't. Unless I'm willing to hold out until the new boots and amulet come out. But I don't know if I want to keep Whisper and task storage for like months, because it's very rare to get a Whisper task 120 hours. But anyways, here's another cool little thing that can happen. I forgot to show before I end the video here, but you can see here, this is a different run, where, so here I got the double venge off because I venged in time, you see, and I actually procced Enrage phase straight from a Void Waker, and then Whisper like follows me for some reason, it's weird. But yeah, if I had gotten that, if I had managed to do this, that's like 3 less shadow hits to proc Enrage, that would have been insane. Would have been like a sub 120 that run you just saw. But yeah, I figured I'd just show that, so pretty cool that can happen as well. But anyways, yeah, that is the run. Hope you enjoyed. We're at 3 out of 4 for having all 4 D2 world records at the same time. We lost Vardorvis like months ago, so we have to get it back now. So if I can get myself a Vardorvis Slayer task, I'll probably attempt that. Claim the 4 out of 4. But yeah, it's about 30 or 40 hours my simulations put Vardorvis on to beat. And that's assuming you can play like a robot, which it's very hard to do for Vardorvis. Because there's a lot of micromanagement, flicking, suffering, and crazy stuff. But yeah, we'll try our best. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Peace, everybody. See ya.